Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Two Funkles and a Niece. I am your host, Kia, and we got Big Rob and the Funkle Raymond, the Funkle Raymond. How you doing, Funkle Raymond? Everybody's been missing you these last few weeks. How you doing?
What do you mean? I was on with you last week. You was on last week. I was on.
We did not get on.
It's the week. Any week you got on, I was here. I know the public wants to see me. I was here.
That's exactly why I said since we didn't go on last week, they was missing you. Come on now, get on my page. Come on now, we supposed to be here. We're not here right now. We need to connect. Okay? Shout out to your fans since you know number one.
Yeah. We had a new president on deck.
Big Rob, how you doing?
Had some surgery, but I'm all right. I'm all right.
Okay, you're gonna make it. You're gonna be okay.
I hope so. It hurts.
Yeah, I know. Surgeries are just hard to.
Yeah.
You know, I had my little knee surgery, and my knee is still messed up, even though it's coming on a year since I had surgery. I think that's just a little arthritis trying to holler at me. Anyways, guys, we're going to discuss election day, aka election week, because I don't know about you guys, but it's been going on for a while, and it's still going on. And I just want to get your thoughts on everything that's happened. Big Rob, what are your thoughts on election week? Because that's just what it was, election week.
Oh, goodness. It was long. It was long. It was long and it was wrong. I don't think they want to, get the votes out as fast as they could have, because I'm sure they could have did a lot better than what they did. But we all stayed up pretty late some nights, y'all. What do you think, Raymond?
I'm still tired. But no, seriously. But the only thing I had a problem with it. Okay, it was on. I went to bed. It was on. I sat here. We're sitting in the pandemic, so I ain't going nowhere really. So I'm sitting here. You watched all day, but the only thing I didn't like about it was that what have we been missing? Because if everybody was focused on the results of the election, what news wasn't reported? You know what I'm saying? Everything, every news station, round the clock was about the election and the results. But I'm sure there was more going on in the world and around us. So what have we missed? I'm not trying to be like conspiracy theory or nothing like that, but actually, what have we missed? We had to be missing something.
Well,
The world didn't stop, because of the election.
Well,
that's true. That's true.
Pandemic as much, and the numbers are actually high, and they really didn't focus on that. You know how that's been the main topic of discussion, but you heard about it, but just not enough, considering we're having the highest daily positive cases each day in America. So they kind of they moved that to the side for the election. So I tell you, Big Rob was keeping me up late discussing this election. Okay,
I couldn't sleep.
All of the sleep on the phone talking to him about it. It was like almost 3 a.m, and I said, "Enough! I am sleepy, and I have to go to bed."
My ankle was hurting. I couldn't sleep. One more thing about that coronavirus, it shows you that they're really not focusing on it, because when the White House chief of staff get it, and it's just one quick sentence, and then they get away from it, that shows you that it wasn't the topic anymore. They said chief of staff's I can't think his name right off the top, right? Yeah. Corona, test positive for corona, and that was it. It was one sentence, and they got away from it. So it shows you that they wasn't focusing on anything else. And that is pretty sad.
I agree. I agree. So
And you figure, okay, the coronavirus was one thing, and that's a big deal. The election, okay, I still don't think it should have took up most networks round the clock the way it did. But there's still other things have to be other things going on in the world that they should have been reporting on.
Well, they did.
So that's what I'm saying.
The two guys that they caught that wanted to come and shoot the place up?
Yeah, but that's still a part of the election coverage, you know.
Yeah.
Uncle Bobby, mute your phone.
Okay.
Your Facebook. So Uncle Raymond, I'm sorry, Funkle Raymond.
Get it right.
Trying to
the F, don't leave off the F, because the F is for fave.
You see?
So, right.
He's trying to put his sister in the timeout already. I can't trying to throw me in the timeout. You see how he do? Y'all see how
Hey, shout out to Nicole. She's out there. Shout out there.
What's up, Coco? So Funkle Raymond, aka Fave, as he would call it.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the results?
The results? Oh, I am so excited about the results. I'm glad that Joe Biden is there. I feel good about it. I'm happy for him. But I shed tears this morning for Kamala Harris because I said that was a big step for women, and most of all, that was a big step for Black women. And that brought tears to my eyes the same way when Obama won. That was so important. That is so important.
So,
and I'm still excited about that, and I'm gonna be excited about that. So I may not sleep tonight because I'm gonna be excited about that.
It's important.
Say again?
You said you feel it is so important. So why do you feel it's important?
Why do I feel that's important? Because I feel women should hold higher offices, and I think right after Biden, Kamala Harris should go for president. I feel women should hold office because men's been screwing things up.
Yep.
Men been screwing things up, and I think it's important to give women opportunity because I think women do have the power to fix things.
Yep.
I do. I really believe that in my heart.
I absolutely agree with him. It is about time for women to take over the United States of America. I mean, guys, all these guys would, it's all the same ideas. And the next thing you know, we dropping a bomb here, we dropping a bomb there. Yeah, I think it's time for women to crack that ceiling and fix this place because it's not going to get any better. Is Joe Biden, is he going to last his entire 4 years? We hope so. We're not talking about a young man. However, he picked the right person just in case to step into his position because she knows the job. She knows the job. And if he would have even brought on, say, Stacey Abrams as his running mate, he wouldn't have made a bad choice there either.
Well,
and I hope he has a cabinet space for her.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. She did an excellent job down there in Georgia, and now I guess they got their work cut out for them for the 2 Senate seats for the runoff in January. So they're gonna have to get out there again because even though Biden was elected, you still gotta understand that the Senate majority is Republican. So are they gonna be able to put all of the crap aside and work together? I mean, we see right now they haven't been able to. So can they do it considering we're in trouble? Economy, unemployment rate.
Yeah, we are as a country we are, But I feel that, you know, we'll get it right. I just hope Atlanta come out and represent for the Democratic Party the way they represented for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris this time.
Well,
And win those 2 Senate seats, so that would make things a lot easier to get done. It would.
Well,
So
you know,
that's important. That's important, you know, still. So
well, she's not going to, you know, she's going to get out there. She's not going to, she's already out there. She's not going to let those Senate seats get away from her. And she's got just too much power. She's not, I can see her now. She's already starting. I'm quite sure she's already getting the funds in. Yeah, she's going to take over that. She's going to make sure those guys get in.
Yes, they got their work cut out for them. It's not impossible considering what's going on right now with the presidential election in Georgia. So it's not impossible.
Well, he's not going to give up. Trump is still he's you know, the hands and he's not going to concede this. Not till after he, as he keeps saying, go through his Supreme Court.
At some point, you just and at this stage in his life, he's not gonna grow up. He's too old to grow up. So we can expect him to continue to pretty much say it's fraud. You know, my issue with the whole fraud thing is you can't say, oh, this part is fraud, but because I'm doing well over here, it's not fraudulent. I mean, oh, they're cheating in Philadelphia and Detroit, but over here they're not cheating. You know, if it's cheating going on, then it's cheating going on. But it can't be cheating going on because it's not working for you, but in the area it's working for you. Oh, it's perfect. It's no cheating. Nothing is going wrong. Everything is good. That's BS. It's BS. But did you guys expect anything different from Donald Trump? Because I didn't.
No, I didn't. I'm just waiting to see how things turn out on Saturday Night Live. I don't know if they come on this week. I don't think they come on this week. I think next week they come back on. But I want to see how they, you know, what jokes they have for this, because this was a long dragged out week and it wasn't supposed to be this way. And the reason it was this way is because, you know, the Republicans in these certain states who run the House and stuff, and they wouldn't let them touch the ballots to start counting until after the election, you know, the election day. Yes. So that's what slowed it down and made the count so bad, because you got all these ballots in, but you couldn't start counting until election day, so that's going to make things run behind. So that's why I say it's important for people to go out and vote in every election, because if you don't change things at state level, if you don't change things at city level, then if you only come out for the presidential election, that doesn't change anything. Nope. You got every election day, go cast the ballot, because if you don't, somebody else will.
Those lower ones that you got to stay on top of.
Right. If those you don't, somebody else will. If they got the lunch lady on the ballot, and one lunch lady served Franks on Thursdays, and the other lunch lady served meatloaf on Thursdays, if you like meatloaf, that's the lunch lady you're going to pick. Mm-hmm. But get out there every election day, every first Tuesday, every year in November, and vote. It don't take but a couple of minutes. Most polls, you walk in and walk out, because that's how fewer people
go to those polls
on election day. But election day is real every year.
Well, I can see those Senate races getting crazy. I can see they're going to have the lines.
And like sometimes locally, you know, you got to actually go and find it, because like there's been some elections that I just didn't see anything, but it could be because I'm not watching the local.
Follow the picture of the guy who looked like he's sitting in a wheelchair or something. Look like he's sitting on a toilet or something. They had those signs up. and just follow the sign to the polling station.
And that's why I said that sometimes you just got to get out there and do your own research on the candidates. Like that's what I did for the local seats out here. I was looking at each candidate. I was looking at, because like me and Uncle Bobby talked last night about parties. Are you a Dem? Are you a Republican? Or are you just voting based on the best candidate? The best candidate, you may be a Democrat or so you may say, and the best candidate that identifies with your needs may be a Republican. Are you?
That's right.
Are you?
That's right. That's right.
It doesn't matter. If that's your choice, that's your choice. You don't tell nobody who to vote for. You vote for who you think is going to work for you. But the thing is get out and vote. People can stand online for hours to get the iPhone 15, Air Jordans.
Because
You can stand online for all of them, for a Popeye's chicken sandwich. You can find every reason to stand online for dumb stuff for hours, but will not go to that polling place once a year to cast the ballot. And the lines don't even be long. And I think that's ridiculous. And then
Funko Raymond,
complain about stuff. And it's ridiculous. You can't change things if you're not in the game.
Uncle Raymond, hey, Uncle Raymond, we're going to give Big Rob a chance to speak. We talking about this. I'm going to have to put you a timeout in about 2 seconds. If you don't, you're going to have to share. I know you the #1 fave, boom, boom, boom. We're going to have to share this. We're going to have to share this platform today. Can you let Big Rob get a little time? Big Rob get a little time and share your fame. Come on now.
What you're saying is definitely true. You know, they find going out buying phones and video games more important than worrying about what's going on in their community. So, you know, he's absolutely right. You know, why do we make time to go, you know, purchase the foolishness instead of, you know, worrying about those guys that are watching over us? Because you know the gerrymandering starts there, and it will happen because, you know, the Republicans pick up a lot of seats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the seats they picked up were the important ones: governors, mayors, those cats there. So, got to figure out what's more important.
That's true. Well, as I have gotten older and started doing my own research, I will vote for a Republican if they align with my values and beliefs. I'm not here to say, oh, I'm going to just always vote Democrat or Republican, because what they have shown us so far is that they're not willing to put it all aside to do what's best for the people. We'll see what happens if say in January, we don't get those 2 seats in Georgia. Are they going to put things aside and work with Biden to get us out of this crazy?
Who, the Republicans?
Are they going to be willing to?
No, they won't.
And that's why I was so surprised to see that some of them did not lose their seats, because everybody has felt the pandemic. Everybody has felt it, whether it was financially or health-wise. Everyone has felt it. Or if you didn't, you know someone who has. And so that's why I was shocked that some of these people didn't lose their seats. People were more focused just on the president.
Yeah, that's all it was.
More people were focused on, and so you really didn't know other people. And that's why Uncle Raymond is saying locally, you gotta participate in those. So hopefully,
well, like they were saying,
in January they'll vote those 2 in. Otherwise, we just gotta hope they'll work together.
They won't. Like they said, people were when they were doing their vote. They weren't voting straight down ballots. They were, you know, you might have voted for Biden, but you went right back over and voted for Mitch McConnell. You know, that's all people were doing. They weren't voting straight down, because had they did that, then we would have been talking a different story. But, you know, everybody was saying, okay, I don't like Trump, but I like Mitch. I don't like Trump, but I like him. I don't like, you know, that's all they were doing. That's why they lost so many seats. It was about how much you hate Trump. And if that's how you voted because you just hated this guy, look at the backlash of that. Democrats lost a lot of those important seats out there. So you can't vote on emotion, because that just doesn't work either. And I voted for a Republican before, but that was, when I was back in Giuliani's age. So I do go that route. I don't, it ain't about voting just Democrat or, no. Because you can be you can dislike both sides. There's always going to be one that can do better for you.
I agree. Uncle Raymond,
And that's not my fault.
Oh no, I'm writing this down because you just said you'd vote for a Republican. Uncle Bobby said he voted for a Republican. I'm just writing it down, so we're gonna start the paperwork to kick y'all out the family. But anyway.
I voted for Giuliani one year.
He was doing a little autograph work over there. But okay, look, that's the issue. You can't be loyal to a party. Like, you can't, because apparently and clearly they have shown you that we will gladly accept your vote, but they're not doing anything for the people. Like, what are we living in right now? A pandemic. You have people who are struggling financially, people who lost their jobs, they've lost everything, and we still haven't done anything. There are other countries that are taking care of their people. We are not one of them, and you would think we would be leading that. And part of that is because these fools acting like they're gangs, and they can't just put that crap to the side and just say, okay, you know what? I don't like you, you don't like me, but we are representing the people. We just got to do what's best for the people. And
okay, I understand the point you're trying to make, but it seems that I think we've been here before and we had this conversation before. You don't know that the Democrats have already passed something, the HEROES Act, for this. Yes. And the Republicans won't pass it. So you can't put this on the head of the Democrats. The Republicans won't pass it, and it's on them at this point.
Okay, and I hear what you're saying, but okay, so maybe there's some things, let's back up and say, oh, God forbid there's some things in it that maybe they don't want. So you know what? Sometimes you may have to swallow your pride and say, okay, well, let me go and look at something else. I'm done with Dems, who dem, or Repub. No, I'm done with all of that. Put it to the side, start over, and work together to come up with a plan. Not the Democratic bill or the Republican bill. How about the bill for Americans to get out of this?
Ain't gonna get no more of that.
The HEROES Act is for America. The HEROES Act is for the cities and states to pay for the cops, the doctors, the teachers. The HEROES Act is to get people their little $1,200 checks. The HEROES Act covered so much. But when the Republicans are saying you gotta give a blank check for us to do what we want with, then I mean, come on, you can't like just go, we only gonna pass this if you give us the right to use the money for whatever we want to use it for. How can would you give somebody fill out a check out of your checkbook and give it to somebody and go, use it for what you want? You ain't got to tell me about it. It's your money. I'm giving it to you. Do what you want. No, because then you're going to use it for frivolous thing or whatever. You'll go get you an iPhone 10 that you don't need, or you gonna give your homie this or something like that. You gonna give Kanye West something, and and that's not what it's for.
And that's why some of those people should have been voted out, but unfortunately, some of those people won. Going forward, 2021, if they are not willing to negotiate, sometimes if you don't have the upper hand, you gotta learn that you may have to give a little in order to get what you need right now. Right now, the Dems were cocky, and I guess they thought that they were going to pick up all these seats which they didn't pick up all those seats. They're going to have to sit back and think of why During the damn pandemic, with so many people struggling, we lost seats in the House, and we didn't pick up seats we thought we were going to pick up in the Senate. And understand that
you did pick up seats in the Senate,
but they didn't pick up the seats that they wanted to pick up. They thought they were going to pick up. They projected to pick up more seats, which they didn't.
Well, they actually they didn't pick up all the seats that they wanted to pick up, and they did lose a couple of seats in the House. That's true, but they did keep the House by 8 seats. So that means anything they want to pass in the House, they're going to pass. And now the Senate, they did pick up seats, and if they win these 2 seats in Atlanta, they win the Senate. So they're not in such a bad spot. It depends on what's coming out of Atlanta in January. So I don't know what's the odds, because I don't know how Atlanta is gonna go, but
the odds are good.
It can turn out a lot better than you think it could turn out, because I don't know how these races are going to turn out.
I think the odds are good for them.
They thought they were going to win more seats and not have to go to a runoff in January.
Oh yeah, because there's some new wave.
They're going to pick up more seats.
Yeah, they did.
And now it's hinging on something in January that's not guaranteed. But if they get out and then people vote like they did in Georgia,
they'll get it.
But if you are not in a position, you got to be willing to negotiate. If the Republicans don't like what's not everything in your plan, then go on and negotiate. Sit and negotiate. You know what the big problem is? They're not feeling it in their pockets. They're good. Americans, us, the people who voted for them, are not good. They're good financially. It's not affecting them really, so they're not going to be willing to negotiate. Okay? If it's affecting them, then I bet you they'll be in there negotiating and they'll have a plan, a bill passed to help.
Well, I don't think they're good. If they win those races and get the Senate, I don't think they're going to negotiate anything at all. I just don't see it.
I just don't trust it, and that's why with the Dems, they expected to gain more seats than they did in the Senate. You didn't, so now you just gotta hope January we do. But if not, I don't know. I just don't trust that they'll work with them, because hell, they're working together all this time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they care that they're losing Trump. I don't really think much of these Republicans really care about that. Mm-hmm. But I do believe they want to keep the Senate so they can keep control of Biden. And I for certain, if they do, I don't think they'll make any deals. I don't see them do it. Mitch has, with his little devilish laugh, and yeah, I can see him now. Now I don't think he's going to compromise on much anything, because I mean, look at it like this: how many more years does he have? I mean, the guy's old, so he just got reelected. There's nothing you can do to him. So if we have the Senate, and these are my last years doing this, I don't have to listen to nothing. And I can tell you this much: if they do win the Senate, you see some of these Supreme Court justices, these old people up there, he's not going to let Joe Biden bring no judge into the Senate either. I mean, up there. So that's not going to happen either.
Yeah.
So I just don't see them compromising at all if they hold the Senate.
Yeah, I don't like the way they appoint Supreme Court judges. I feel like that should be on the ballot, just like President of the United States.
Yeah.
And those people will represent the people, but no, these people they appoint, they don't represent us. So I feel like that should change, but it's probably not.
And you're right. Right. It should be.
Before we wrap up, Big Rod.
What you were saying, let me just, it should be that way. It should be, as a president come in, he bring his justices in. As he go out, his justices go out. There's no reason for a judge, be 60, 70, 80 years old, still trying to function, because we don't, hey, listen, Joe Biden, great guy, glad to have him as president. We don't know how much he's going to be able to function too. I mean, he's not young anymore.
Mhm.
It is what it is. I mean, we've seen Donald Trump sit up there fumbling around with the water bottle and, unable to say words correctly, things like that. So, I mean, when you're a 70-plus-year-old man, his running mate, yeah. Shout out to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, man.
Funkle Raymond, any final thoughts before we get ready to wrap up?
Yeah, people need to start going out and voting in numbers like this every election day, not just for the presidential election. You got the governor's races in 1 year. You got the mayor's races 1 year. You got the lunch ladies races 1 year. Whatever every election day, people need to vote.
Absolutely.
I agree with you. You are speaking true facts. Okay, Big Rob, you got any final thoughts? Because I know you was just responding to what I was saying. Do you have any final thoughts before we get ready to wrap up for the day?
Right now, my final thoughts are people need to calm down right now. There's a lot of hate going on right now, and if people don't get calmed down and let Joe do his job, things are going to get worse. Shout out to the family, friends and family. Shouts.
All right. Anyone else you want to shout out, Big Rob?
I want that jacket. 2 Funkles and a niece.
I asked you if you had anybody you wanted to shout out.
I want to shout out my wife with her Tweeties Bedazzle. You can catch her on Facebook. I'll have to get the times and everything out. And shout out to my mother, Myra Clement. Miss her much. Got to get up and see her.
Hey, Grandma. Funkle Raymond. Mr. Funkle Raymond.
I'm just going to shout out my daughter, Monet, and my 2 grands, Tyriana and Chase, and the homeboys from back in the days. We were the 13. I mean, and I miss y'all guys. It's been many a years, but yeah, that's all. I'm good.
13?
It was 13 of us.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, shout out to Bobby and my other kids and grandchildren as well.
Shout out to my 3 snickerdoodles, Kalia, Kareem, and Keenan. Okay, guys, let me go. Let me skip. Go and grab some of our apparel. We have the 2 Funkles and a niece hoodies available on the website. Website will be in the link of this episode. See,
nice.
these little hoodies that keep you warm when you're rolling out in the streets and it's 60 degrees outside.
60.
60.
60 be cold now. For me, I have to have a little jacket on when it's 60 degrees out, y'all. So yes, if you want, we'll have a code for you too. Let me go back. Yes, so the code is 2 Funkles and a niece, 15 for 15% off on the website now through November 14th. You can also grab this cool Black Men Matter shirt and a bunch of other stuff on the website. Everything is on sale, 15% off. You can also grab that lovely poetry book by Takia, that is me, aka Kia. Grab you a copy. It's available on Amazon, or if you got Kindle, you can download it on Kindle digitally, or you can be like me and just go on and order a hard copy of the book.
Amen.
Yes. Oh, you said amen. Yes, amen to that. And then that's really all. I'll check out the Real 9mm on Facebook and IG, and also check out his album Locked and Loaded, available on all music platforms. Anything final before we get out of here?
No, I'm good.
I'm hungry.
He said he's hungry. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to our channel. If you got any comments, suggestions, anything, just leave a comment, or you can hit us up at Dream Elite Strive for Excellence, and that is excellence with an X. Hit us up on Facebook and IG or Gmail. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe, be blessed, love on your people, and we are signing out.
Peace.